Okay, so right here I have some 3 8-inch cakes, and I'm just gonna go ahead and just start stacking my cake. I've got a 10-inch cake board, and I'm just gonna put a little bit of buttercream on here just so that my cakes are not sliding all over the place. And I'm just gonna go ahead and put my first one on here. Okay, so I'm gonna have it filled with some chocolate mousse, and so because it is a lighter filling, I'm gonna go ahead and put a buttercream dam, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and fill my cake. Not too much filling, and this is going to be for my son, and so I'm just gonna go ahead and just start stacking my cakes, and I'm just gonna go ahead and repeat the process. Have my cake filled, I'm just going to go ahead and just press down, make sure that it's nice and tight, and then I'm going to go ahead and just fill in these gaps. So hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm just filling it in so that way when I do my crumb coat it's a lot easier. And so this cake is for my son. He's going to be 6 and he's a big Superman fan, and so he asked for a Superman cake, of course. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and just put the rest of my buttercream on top. And then I'm gonna go ahead and start on my crumb coat. Just like this, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and cover my whole cake. Okay, so I have my cake out from the fridge, and I'm just gonna go ahead and start frosting it. If you can see, it's nice and solid, and so it's not gonna mess up my final frosting. And right here, I just have some blue buttercream, and I colored this in Royal Blue by Wilton. It's a color gel, and I'm just gonna go ahead and just frost the whole thing here. I've placed my cake back into the refrigerator just for it to set just a little bit. Right here I have some white candy melt. I'm just going to go ahead and pop this into my microwave just to melt it down. And this is going to be the top of my cake. My chocolate melt is all melted, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and just pour it onto my cookie sheet here. I'm just gonna go ahead and pour the whole thing on my cookie sheet here. And I'm just gonna go ahead and just try and spread it out. I don't want it too thin. But then I also want it at least long enough. I want it to be different lengths as well. And so that when I'm putting it on the cake, I have variations of sizes. So I think I just want it like this. I'm just gonna go ahead and just let this set for just a little bit, not completely, because I'm gonna go ahead and score in between my chocolate so that it can break evenly. And I'll show you what that looks like in a little bit. I've taken my cake out from the fridge, and right here I just have a Superman logo sign that I've cut out of fondant. I'm just gonna go ahead and just put some water on here just so that it will stick to my cake. And I made this, I think, about 2 days ago. You don't have to make it in advance, but then I just wanted to because I didn't want it to stretch out or anything when I place it on my cake. And so I'm just gonna go ahead and try to put it as much in the center as I can. So just like that for now. And then I can continue with the rest. Okay, so if you can see, I've also put on some fondant for the bottom border, and I didn't really show that part because that was a little bit long to do. So, but if you watched my other superhero video, it's basically the same thing. I just rolled out some fondant and just cut it up, and just stuck it onto my cake. So right here I have some white buttercream, and I'm just gonna go ahead and pipe on some clouds all over my cake. And I just cut the tip off the bag, so I'm not really using a tip for this. So if you can see, I'm just piping on some little circles. So just like that, and then once it starts to set a little bit, I'll just go back in and smooth it out. So again, just like that. And I'm just gonna go ahead and go all the way around my cake. So I have my clouds all piped on, and I'm just gonna go back and smooth it out. But this is what it looks like so far. And I've also taken out my white chocolate melt, and I just barely took it out. I did cut it up a little bit when it started to harden. So if you can see, it's straight sides. So I'm gonna go ahead and try and put these on top of my cake. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and try and put the longer ones in the middle. So I'm just gonna stick it on my cake. So hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing. Just like that. And then I'm gonna go ahead and just crisscross all the way around. And then I'm gonna go ahead and just place some going this way. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and repeat the whole process on top of my cake until I get what I am looking for. And this is what it looks like so far. I think I'm just gonna leave it like this for now. I'm gonna go ahead and just pipe on some more clouds and almost like little ice on top here. And basically just so that he has somewhere to stand. So I'm gonna go ahead and just do the middle part like that. I've got my Superman on my cake, and this is what it looks like. And this is just the final product of what my cake looks like. And this is basically just something very easy and very simple to do. And this was a request from my son that he wanted me to make for his birthday. And so he will be turning 6 on the 13th. And so hopefully you guys like my tutorial on how I make a Superman cake. And if you have any suggestions, just go ahead and leave it down in the comment box below. And as always, thanks so much for watching, you guys.